Hey, I'm here again. Eddie, bring your ass over here.
all right.
All right, so this is just going to be a tack on because we didn't talk about like a dummy. I forgot to talk about. We went out on the we were out on the Severn River because this is the Severn River Angler, and this is Eddie Weber. He's Mr. Pickle Man. And we're here with Steven. How you say your last name?
Khan.
And he is with High Octane Custom Baits. He's the owner, maker, and this man is one of his proteges and the pro staffer. See, I can remember that.
That's right.
Good job.
Okay. That was awesome. All right, so I want him to show us the bait that we used when we were out there that really stood out catching a pickle.
This was the actual bait, actually.
Was it?
It's from the tackle box right
It's
there.
from the tackle box. This is our torpedo spin with a old school redneck / Eastern Shore champagne
Okay.
and our one of our open hook jig heads. That's what we were smashing them on.
Yeah, man, that was the only thing. That was the only thing that was catching them that day.
I love that gold.
The
gold.
But so with the baits and everything, now I've talked to a couple baits. We had Brian. I talked to Addiction Baits and everything. So what I want to know, what do you think that what is going to make your bait stand out from all the other guys? Because I mean, look, man, we have plenty of guys right now coming out with Snakehead baits. These are guys one in the beginning, one of the guys from the beginning, and really trying to. You just got me in there. I just don't see us. Are we all in there? You see us all in there? Okay. I just want to make sure we're all in there. Come in a little bit closer.
Yeah.
I don't smell it.
No, you're good.
Okay. And what do you think that yours is really standing out other than from the other companies? And I know you got, and a lot of these guys work together, but a lot of these guys are not working together. So we'll just say it that way, right?
So I would say the fact that the majority of our snakehead stuff, as far as snakehead stuff goes, most of it's all weedless. We are starting to dabble into the open hook stuff. And one of the biggest things is quality. The quality of the bait you'll find is a lot different and maybe a little better than what else is available out there on the market.
Straight to the hooks.
Yeah, all the way down from the split rings to the wire to the quality of the hook, blades. You know, you're not going to sit our stuff in your tackle box and it get wet and it rust up when you go to get it the next time. So quality is a big thing. That's part of the reason why mass producing for us has been a little bit of a challenge because we're trying to put so much love and quality into our baits. It's hard to mass produce that.
Right.
Handcrafted.
And I've got to the point where I'm still like, I don't want to sacrifice quality for quantity.
Right. Because
So,
I mean, if it sucks, somebody's gonna buy it.
Exactly. And I think that's where a big part of our name has come from, because the quality of our baits is there.
Right.
You know, and the designs. You know, the way they look, the colors.
I mean, I know. So you have a bass fisherman. I fish for everything. Bass fisherman between snakehead guys, but just remember, okay, you can catch anything doing this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, from pickerel, we can eat pickerel, bass, snakeheads, rockfish, perch. You got an array. And wait, hold up. We got the new. Show them and explain that frog you want to.
Yeah, this is our new. We're calling this the kudu frog, which is Indonesian for frog. So the new frog. It's really streamlined. It has a flared out body to hide the hooks better, so it's even more weedless. And it walks awesome. It walks so good. It's easy to walk. It goes through the cover and pads easy, and the hook gap is bonkers. That's just one of the things that we always do is we worry about the hook gap.
Yeah, because a lot of the guys with the snakeheads that they pretty much they have a hard mouth, and a lot of them, they'll take the regular frogs that they were buying before they started really making their own, and a lot of them were taking their hooks and actually bending them up just a little bit, where they was like we're making still weedless, but yet get a little bit better hook ratio.
Yeah, so you don't have to do that with any of our frogs.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The way we designed them and the way we get them now is the hook is already in the position you want it to be. We've bent them the way they need to be for good hookup ratios, and we kind of engineered and made the body around that. You know what I mean? So the body's designed to cover the points and the hooks.
And they're great going for, I mean, these frogs are made for the toughest stuff, lily pads.
You could take the body off of this. You could take the body off of this and stretch it 7-8 inches, and it'll spring right back.
Yeah, this is good. This will last you. This ain't going to like rip up on your first cast. So this is going to be made tough enough for snakehead, the toothy critters, and And look, them pickerel rip this thing up too, man.
Oh, they
pickerel,
would.
man, a lot of people, as a bass fisherman, again, we hate pickerel doing bass tournaments. At bass tournaments, we hate that.
I totally get that. I totally get that.
But,
I hate bass during snakehead tournaments. So.
Yeah. But this is really good product. I'm gonna stick the link in the description, and I'm hoping that we can get out again and do some more fishing this year.
Definitely.
The good thing about me having the knee surgery I'm having, this isn't one that's going to lay me up. This is the one that I need to get up, move around, walk around. So that means that I get to stay off of work and I get to go fishing.
Bingo.
So I'm going to hope that I can hook up with these guys and we'll go out and we'll show some more baits. And I don't give a shit what we catch. We're going to go and get some stuff, all right?
So another thing that I love about this guy, he can figure out stuff that we haven't been able to figure out. And with the with the weedless jig head, we put an underspin. We sold out of them, but one day we said, "Hey, how cool would it be?" Came to him in the garage and said, "Dude, we need a weedless jig head." And the day later, I came over and he's like, "Hey, look at this." I'm like, "Dude, you just thought of that?" I'm like, "Yesterday." We sold out of the underspin.
You got one that's out?
No.
You can take it out of the pack.
Can I take one out of the
Yeah,
pack?
go ahead.
Yeah. We had 2 pink ones over here.
I sold them.
I sold that bag.
I sold them. We don't have any underspin ones left at all.
All right, so if you see,
Flip it up the other way. Yeah, there you go.
But I wanted to show I wanted to show how you're actually going to make this weedless. So you're actually going to screw that on with that, and that's what I use when I use my Zoom. One of my favorite frogs is a Zoom horny toad. And the hook is almost set like this without the jig head, but it has a screw. Now, I'm going to make him a suggestion that when you have these here, they have the ones where you have the spike that comes through.
The center one?
Yeah, don't do them. Don't do them, because I had one that actually would have a spike. It made it easier for you to actually poke in to start your thing. But it just every time I can catch like this with this kind of hook. I can catch 3 or 4. Maybe 5 fish off one frog, where this might have lasted. There you go. So using this screw on might have lasted one time. It was ripping my frog. It was ripping the plastic. But here you go, man. Look at that. Weedless.
We got one with an underspin.
And then we have one that has a wire that comes out of the head.
You got one of those?
Yep, and it comes out. And then there's a little loop and it has a blade that comes back here. We don't have one of them. We sold out.
You sold out of them. And we're here at the Pasadena show, so that's actually pretty cool. Well, we're going to go out and try and go fishing with these guys. And that's actually, I like that, man. I like that. I'm sorry I broke this open.
No, you're good. Innovation, that's what.
All right, so I want to thank these guys for the interview and taking the time. The dirt day is almost over. It's been 2 long days. It's been cold. It actually wasn't too bad today, was it?
Not at all. No, it's fine.
Well, that's a pretty
Yesterday
good.
was a cold one.
Yes.
If you think you like this kind of content, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so every time I put a video up, it will let you know. All right, so I'm here with Daryl from Addiction Baits. I had his baits last year during a live stream that I actually gave away, and he's been in a lot of stores. Actually, there's a store that I've been really trying to get a lot of these guys into, and that's Molly's. And I've seen his baits, and I've seen you guys had some stuff off of Molly's.
Yep, we supply Molly's.
So tell me a little bit, just tell me about your baits. When you started, how long have you been doing it?
Full-time since 2017. Started fooling with it as a hobby back in 2007.
And this was when I think I've seen your baits a lot longer than the other guys, is because, I mean, did you start off pretty much with bass before the snakeheads really started around?
I started with rockfish stuff.
Oh, really?
Yep, a lot of the rockfish stuff, and then about 4 years ago, I started with the snakehead stuff, and it just exploded. I mean,
Snakeheads are big.
they're everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere now. See, so I'll let Daryl know that I'm a bass fisherman. I'm the largemouth bass guy, and I fish the chick a lot and all that stuff. And we've been through the story a lot that the snakehead started showing up, and then we were like, so it was all about that. But after doing a lot of the talking with the snakeheads and everything, I think we got to worry about blue cats right now. Is what I'm thinking.
I agree.
I think blue cats are absolutely. I mean, I can't believe it.
They're catching blue cats on trolling rigs for rockfish.
Yeah, I mean,
out in the bay.
I caught one was 41 pounds, and when they school up, and
Yeah.
I mean, they're either 5 pounds of 200 yards, 6 foot to 20 foot deep, a 5 pounders or 40 pounders. All right. So you got everything from, just start naming some of the things you got, because I see that you got the inline spinners down there, looks like.
I've got inline spinners. I've got finesse baits, a finesse inline spinner, chatterbait. They have the small 2.8-inch swim baits on them. Inline spinner frogs, inline spinners with swim baits. I carry tactical clips from Roscoe, which is Rome Specialty, the same company that makes Sampo swivels. I've got weedless chatterbaits. I've got your standard thumpers. I've got buzz baits. I've got topwater frogs. I've got a list of everything, plus rockfish and offshore flounder rigs.
You got the flounder rigs. So you did start out with flounder and everything like that?
Yep. I basically started with rockfish stuff. Used to do a lot of light tackle jigging for rockfish, and then before I got into this, there was only one style lure that we really liked, and Billy O'Brien up at Shore Tackle and Custom Rods was the only place around that had that style lure. So we would ride all the way up there. He would be out or light tackle jigging around pilings and stuff. You'd lose a lot of tackle, so I ended up buying a mold, started powder coating, sold a couple to friends, made a little bit of money, bought another mold, and before you know it, I think I can do somewhere in the neighborhood of 85 different baits right now.
Can you show me that, right? Can you show me that?
That style head we don't use anymore, and I don't have any light tackle jigging rockfish lures except for I do have the rockfish chatter jigs, which have been very popular, and I'm almost out of those.
You just stay right there, baby. Come on down, man. So that's a rockfish.
Yep, they're a rockfish chatter jig. They got a chatter blade on them, just like your jigs that you have for snakeheads.
That's a good color too.
So
chartreuse, man, or the white, chartreuse white. That's actually a really nice color too. It's a really nice color. That's Addiction Baits. Addiction Baits been around. I remember seeing these guys. I just remember him being here a little bit before everybody else started coming around. But he's got all kind of rockfish stuff down here.
Yeah.
So what do you think? So you got all
rockfish,
as I keep talking to a lot of guys I know, what do you think makes your bait stand out a little bit?
I think local, as far as I've fished the same waters that everybody else does, I know it works. And one is customers. Anybody has any questions, I'll answer anything. People send me emails, customer service. I think that's where everything comes into play. You definitely got to be customer oriented.
So what I'm going to do is, like I said, with everybody else, I'm going to leave the link in the description for Addiction Baits, and you definitely ship, right?
Yes, sir. Yep. Ship all over.
Well, look, I'm here with Daryl, and we've already transported from Annapolis to now we're in Denton, Maryland, and what we didn't show you, which wasn't out yet, is his new grippers. And I'm going to let him explain all the grippers, how they work, and right now I'm going to show you a video because Matt was just out there fishing with him with about how big was that snakehead?
8 pounds, I believe he said.
8-pound snakehead, freaking out with these on his grips and never lost them. So I'll show you that video after this.
Yep. Daryl with Addiction Baits. I'm sure you guys seen last year the grippers that I had. This is a totally new design. Some guys had a couple issues with the old style cracking here at the plastic joint. Done away with that. So these are totally new. I had the company, if you can see here, they made a little groove here, so when you get in with those snakeheads and they start thrashing around, these will actually lock into them. They won't come off. You can't pull them apart. These here still rotate 360 degrees, have a rubber grip, 40-pound scale, and still pistol grip. They work great. Like Sam said, he's going to have a video with Matt Fletcher, and he's got one that thrashed around like crazy, and you'll see they go crazy, but they stay on.
Yeah, so what's the price point on that?
$35.
35 bucks, and they're pretty good quality to me. I mean, they look, obviously the toughness on them are so, and it's got you can weigh the fish on there too.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and I know Bart Shortle did a video when he first got his. I believe it's on my page on Facebook, Addiction Baits Facebook page. Bart did a video where he actually took his bow scale and hung 8 pounds, and I think it come up to 7.9. So I mean, for a mechanical scale, and you can also adjust the scale here
a little bit
if it's off. So yeah, I think they're going to work great. I mean, they sell good.
And he ships.
Yep, I ship all over. My website's www.addictionbaits.com.
I'll put all the links in the description for that, obviously. And he definitely, any new baits? I know Dave, I was fishing with Dave.
The newest baits are my Poseidons here. It's basically same thing as my old inline spinners, but these have the 051 musky wire.
Yeah, there's some thick wire, man. Look at that.
Yep. They got the unique Royal Willow blade, and if you see, they are stamped with my logo. I've got those. I've got the Thunderbolt frogs that have them.
Frogs, jigs. Everybody, you know what? I mean, a lot of them with spinner baits. I mean, a lot of guys don't. I mean, when you talk about snakehead fishing, I'm telling you what, man. Nobody throws a jig in a pig. You can just throw just a freaking creature bait.
Oh yes, yep.
They'll tear them up because a lot of times when you're flipping, you're going in right into the cover and everything.
Yeah.
My buddy tore him out just throwing a black blue jig. You know, like fishing, because we were fishing we had a bass tournament.
Uh-huh.
And he's fishing. He said he must have caught like 12 freaking snakehead on him.